Hey, Katie here from Front Porch Nurse. Today's perimenopause symptom video is about weight change and bloating. Yes, our body is definitely responding differently than it did before perimenopause. Let's talk about why. Your body composition is changing, isn't it? You feel like you're more fatty, even though you're doing the same things, you're eating the same, maybe even exercising a little bit more because you want to fight that bulge. You're not alone. You're not doing anything wrong, and does not mean that your body hates you. The one of the biggest issues with the weight and possibly issues that we have losing weight around the perimenopause time is that this symptom is moralized. So society looks at fatter people differently than thinner people. And so if we're suddenly gaining weight and we have not had that weight on before, people judge us. True story. But it's biology and it's actually a protective mechanism. So let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about the biology of all this. Estrogen is swinging to and fro, crashing and burning, and then zipping, peaking up way up high. And what does this do? Well, guess what? Our insulin that regulates our blood sugar, the insulin sensitivity in our body is affected by estrogen. So, the way that our body uses carbohydrates that we eat and where our fat is stored changes, because when the estrogen is fluctuating, our metabolism is less predictable because that estrogen piece of the puzzle is not always there in the same amounts that it was before. Add in sleep disruption and stress, because we all do have stress, and during midlife we are usually more stressed than a lot of other times in our lives. Cortisol is our stress hormone, and what cortisol does is promotes fat storage and blood sugar swings. Our body wants to store fat when it's stressed because that is a safety mechanism. Our body worries about it starving, and so it wants to save fat. It's not trying to be rude. Here's the hormonal cascade again. It always comes back to get us in perimenopause. Poor sleep increases our cortisol. That's the stress hormone. Higher cortisol also leads to blood sugar instability. Blood sugar instability makes us crave food because it thinks that our blood sugar is too low sometimes. And it also makes us tired, and it changes our weight. Blood sugar instability is really hard on our weight. This is actually a protective mechanism of our body. It's not trying to be a jerk to us. This is considered adaptive biology. So our body is adapting to the process of perimenopause. It's trying to protect us, actually. I know it sounds weird, but it's an adaptation because our metabolism is uncertain. Our body's trying to save a little bit of extra fat just in case we're starving. All right, what is actually going to help? This is science, and if you've watched any of the other symptoms videos, you should be getting darn good at these. What actually helps? Blood sugar stabilization. Prioritize keeping your blood sugar as stable as possible. How do you do that? You eat meals that are whole foods, that have protein, healthy fats, fiber, and carbs. Yes, we need carbs, but we need all the other things along with it because that helps our body use all of that energy in a more steady, even way. Okay? That fluctuating estrogen just makes our blood sugar makes the swinging of our blood sugar more likely up and down, and we have cravings, we have fatigue, and that actually is why we tend to gain belly weight. Regular meal times, do not skip meals. Definitely include that protein and fiber. Like I said, the balanced meals. Don't start the day with sugar alone. And just try. It's just about being less on a roller coaster and more on a merry-go-round. That's it. Protect your sleep, because your sleep is medicine for your metabolism. The interruptions and issues we have with sleep, sometimes in early perimenopause, those increase insulin resistance and our stress hormone cortisol. We do not want that. So what helps? Consistent waking time every day, even if you have a bad night's sleep. Getting sunlight on your skin. This is either your favorite vampire, cosplay, or I don't know what else besides our vampires sparkle in the sun. Anyways, you need to lower your expectations around getting a perfect night's sleep and just try your best. Just every night's a new chance. Strength training. So this actually helps more than intense cardio during perimenopause. And it's really because we're building up some of those muscles that help regulate the hormones and burn calories, which is awesome. Our muscles improve that insulin sensitivity. So if we have a little bit more muscle, our blood sugar stays more stable. Of course, our muscles support good metabolism, and strength training can reduce inflammation. So it doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be you don't have to be a crazy bodybuilder, but a couple of short sessions a week really can help. All right, you'll hear this again. You'll hear it today. You'll hear it again. Actively downshift your stress. I know there's a ton of stress. As much as we can, we need to reduce that and do as many types of micro breaks as we can. Take breaks, move your body, breathe longer exhales than inhales. That is a signal to your nervous system right away that you're okay, you're safe. You can't do a diet well enough to overcome tremendous stress. So your nervous system will win every time. It's survival. Just short, casual, slow walks, any kind of slow movement, stretching, breathing, any way that you can reduce your mental load, all the things that we think about that we don't get, quote, credit for or paid for, like what's for dinner or whose birthday is next, who needs a card, stuff like that. And with lower cortisol, lower stress hormone, your metabolism evens out a little bit. So we want to reframe our goals too. It is really hard to lose weight in perimenopause if you have high stress, if you are eating a lot of refined carbohydrate foods, a lot of processed foods. So supporting our body with better health habits, those are the goals that will actually pay off long term. It may drive you a little bit batty in the moment when you feel like you can't control your weight, or you feel like you just ate but you're starving again. Those are all a reflection of our hormones. Give yourself a break, please. All right. Our body is actually helping us. I know it doesn't really feel like it sometimes, but it is, I promise. Our body's trying to do its best to manage these hormone shifts and respond to the world that is this crazy world right now. And we don't always give it the best support. So let's try to support ourselves, body, mind, and spirit, tiny micro breaks. Instead of fighting our biology, let's just figure out, okay, what actually feels good at this point. What whole foods do I like? Fruits and veggies. How do I want to strength train? What do I want to try? And mindfulness does work. It is science backed. So it doesn't have to mean sitting on a meditation cushion for hours and hours. It can mean little breaks. It can mean paying attention to what's in the room around you and using your five senses. If you're going to be ruthless with yourself, ruthlessly cut out stress. Don't punish your body with exercising overly hard. You'll get injured. Sorry, but we need to be a tad bit more conscious of how we are treating our body now. All right? If you want to know more, everything I do is science-based. Follow me here. Come to my blog, frontporchnurse.com. Whatever you want to do, follow my email list. But this is what we're doing. We're normalizing this stuff because it is normal. Okay? Okay. See you.